Guys, oh my gosh, I'm so close. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nikki, and this is Life with Nick. If you are new, I do videos on business, lifestyle, and fashion. So today I'm back with another video, another Atlanta edition video. So this video was kind of highly requested. I feel like my Atlanta videos do the best on my channel, so your girl is trying to find as much content as possible. But I'm back with the part 2 of the most Atlanta suburbs. So I'm here to talk about that today. I'm going to give you guys just a list. I have a list on my phone here. Peep, you know I have my phone in my hand because I have my camera now, so I'm recording on my camera. But I have my list on my phone here. I'm just going to give you guys a list of suburbs. I have the pros here on my phone. Most of the suburbs I'm going to talk about today are the south of Atlanta. Some of them are also north, but they're pretty much all over. I'm just here to just give you guys a list of suburbs that you want to look at if you're someone who plans on moving here, buying a house, renting an apartment, whatever it is. I'm here to give you the tea, okay? But before we get into this video, if you have not already done so, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and let's begin. Alright, so to begin, we're going to talk about Peachtree City. Peachtree City is South Metro Atlanta. Peachtree City is extremely big. It has a really large population. I think it was like 25,000 people just in the city of Peachtree City. The thing that I love about Peachtree City is it's one of those places where it's not far to get to different things. So literally, if you want to go to Lenox, if you want to go to Perimeter Mall, if you plan on doing any shopping, you won't have to drive that far out if you're in Peachtree City. Peachtree City is also a really like open environment. I feel like you see a little mixture of everything. So you see college students that live in Peachtree City, you see families that live in Peachtree City. It's just a welcoming place. I feel like whenever you go there, it's just always something to do. It's definitely not like the most livest club scene like how Buckhead in Midtown is, but it's also just a nice place to like live and like settle down. But if you're someone who's looking for that, check out Peachtree City. Definitely will recommend that. So the next suburb that we're going to talk about is one that I've experienced. One suburb that I like is Dunwoody. Dunwoody, D-U-N Woody. Dunwoody is a really nice suburb. It's kind of one of those suburbs I feel like that isn't like really popular. So if you're someone who's not from here and you may hear Buckhead, a lot of people know what Buckhead is. But if you hear Dunwoody, it's kind of like, Dunwoody, what's Dunwoody? But once you start living out here, you'll start seeing that Dunwoody is a really nice place to live. Has extremely affordable apartments. One of the apartments that I looked at when I was actually apartment hunting, I was like, I fell in love with it. It's affordable, and it also has like really good floor plans. So you know how some places are, like for example, if you get an apartment in Buckhead, you're going to be paying a little bit more per floor for the floor plans, but in Dunwoody the floor plans are a little bit bigger and you have to pay less. So that's a great thing. And then another good thing about Dunwoody is they have a lot of new apartments and a lot of higher scale and recently updated apartments. So I noticed that when I looked at the apartment, I was like, I fell in love with the kitchen. So I would definitely, personally, I would live in Dunwoody if I didn't live where I live now. I would definitely recommend it. It's definitely one of those suburbs that are probably like in my top 3, just because it's one of those places that are like, oh, it's live when you get to know it, but you don't really know about it until you know it, if that makes sense. Alright, so next we're going to talk about Johns Creek. Johns Creek, I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. If you're from there, you're going to laugh at me, but Johns Creek is honestly one of those suburbs that I thought was like hood. Like when I would hear the name for some reason, I was like, Johns Creek is the hood. But honestly, Johns Creek is one of the most highly rated suburbs in the state of Georgia. If you do research, you'll know that most people that live in Johns Creek, Georgia, own their homes. So majority of the population are people who own their homes, like it belongs to them. Johns Creek is also really known for like their really good school system. Their public schools are really highly rated. Just a very family kind of feel. Like it's somewhere where you definitely, if you have kids or if you're looking to buy a home, definitely somewhere that you want to settle down in. And then just like the other cities that I mentioned, Johns Creek is kind of near a lot of different places. So it's kind of in the middle. Johns Creek is just one of those places that is like it's just nice. It's just suburban. It's like one of those Lifetime movies, like where you just see like the big houses and like the friendly neighbors. Like, but I would highly recommend Johns Creek. A lot of people can't afford it just because Johns Creek, you know, when I was personally looking at apartments in Johns Creek, was a little bit expensive, but definitely highly recommend it. If you'll definitely feel safe. It reminds me of the suburbs in another fact because, you know, it has a lot of different stores, a lot of different plazas, so much to do like as a family. So if you're someone who, you know, you got a boo or whatever and y'all trying to settle down, go ahead and move to Johns Creek, just because Johns Creek is not the hood like how I thought. Like, Johns Creek is where it's at for real. Alright, so next we're going to talk about Fayetteville. Fayetteville is known to be one of the most safest suburbs in the whole country. Fayetteville is one of those places that you drive through and you low-key feel like a little bit like raggedy about yourself. Like, look, everybody here got a Benz, everybody here got a Porsche, like, and I'm over here driving my Volkswagen. But no, seriously, Fayetteville is like beautiful. It's like one of those places like you definitely have to be making like top dollar if you want to own your home there, because most of the homes in Fayetteville are like $300,000 and up. But the great thing about Fayetteville is it's known for like raising families. It's not a good place to turn up at. You're never going to hear somebody say like, let's go turn up in Fayetteville like how it is in Midtown. Or it's not like really known for nightlife or anything like that, but it's definitely a great place overall. Personally, my all-time goal is like, my ultimate goal is to someday be able to afford a house in Fayetteville, just because it's just highly respected. I feel like whenever somebody tells you that they live in Fayetteville, it's like, whoa, like you just, and even the apartments are like this, like Buckhead is expensive, but Fayetteville is literally one of the only suburbs that are kind of up there as far as renting goes. So it's definitely a nice area. You will 100% feel safe. It kind of reminds me of some of the other cities that I mentioned, and the fact that it has a lot of plazas. People are always out and about, especially during the day, but it's just not a place that I feel like if you're like fresh out of college, that it's just ideal to move to. Because when you're fresh out of college, you want to be around people that are in your age group. But, you know, maybe you're not one of those people. If you're one of those people who just want to get away from everybody. I know people like that. I'm not like that, but I know people that just want to get away from everybody. Fayetteville is the place to go, just because it's just so nice, so quiet, and just highly respected. So let's talk about the next suburb. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Virginia Highlands. So Virginia Highlands is also one of those places that I feel like nobody goes about. Like, if you just heard that, you're probably like, Virginia Highlands, like, is that somewhere in like New York, like Long Island? But no, Virginia Highland to me is a mixture of like Midtown and Fayetteville, for the fact that it's extremely suburban but urban at the same time. Like, a lot of people in Virginia Highlands also own their homes, but there's also a lot of nightlife as well, like how it is in Midtown. So there's a lot of bars, a lot of restaurants, and if you go there, you're bound to find something to do, compared to Fayetteville, where, you know, it's not much to do other than just grow and be old. But yeah, definitely a nice place to live. Personally, before I went there, I was expecting something completely different. I don't know, but if you check the ratings online, like before I made this video, I looked it up. I was like, bro, like their ratings are like top notch. Like their school head rating is like an A, and you know how hard it is to get an A school rating. But yeah, it's definitely, I feel like it's somewhere that's a good place to go to when you are fresh out of college, just because it's one of those places where you get the best of both worlds. I know me, when I first got out of college, I didn't want to be around a bunch of loud people. I've never been like that, but at the same time, I didn't want to be around just a bunch of old people either. People that are like more on my level. So I feel like if you're somebody who's like that, Virginia Highlands is a very nice place to live. Not as much to offer as far as like apartments and stuff goes. I mean, you have your option, but it's not as nearly as many options as it is like if you're shopping in like Midtown or like Stone Mountain and something like that. Like, so it's not as many options as far as buying or renting an apartment. But as far as buying a home, like, if you want to buy a home, you're going to be paying some top-notch dollar. But it will be well worth it, just because, like I said, they have really great reviews. But not least, we are going to talk about Midtown. I cannot forget Midtown. So Midtown, I feel like, is every fresh Georgia person's dream. I feel like every time somebody moves here and every time somebody comes to visit me and we go to Midtown, they're always like, I want to live here. If I ever move here, I'm going to live here, just because it's obviously a dream. Certain parts of Midtown, you'll see people walking their dogs. You'll see people running. In the other part, you'll see a bunch of shopping plazas. You can go shopping. The other parts you'll see like bars, college students, and it's just a place to be. Anybody who comes down here to visit is like, let's go to Midtown. Like Midtown is live, but it's also very high end. And you know, like if you're looking for an apartment, you're going to be paying money. If you're looking for a house, you're going to be paying real top money, like $500,000 or more. But Midtown is honestly, it's realistic, especially if you live with someone, so you're living with your significant other, or if you have a roommate. But I would highly recommend it just because I feel like it's a dream. It's like living there is like just living your best life. Like, I'm just gonna throw on my heels and walk outside and walk to the bar. Like, that's what Midtown is. And a lot of the YouTubers and stuff that you watch, like with those like big windows or whatever, and those huge floor plans, a lot of them live in Midtown. A lot of people who migrate here move to Midtown just because it's such a nice place. I've never had any problems with Midtown, even though it is a lot of action that goes on because of the nightlife. I've always just felt, you know, very safe. You know, the bars make sure that they have security. People never really come there and act a fool. It's just a nice upscale place. It's one of those places that you can go to and like have dinner and then go to the club afterwards. It's just a nice elegant place full of like young, vibrant, successful energy. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below some other videos you'd like to see me do, as well as let me know, you know, if you enjoyed this video. Hopefully I helped someone out there. It's always nice to hear that I'm helping you guys. I know that moving, you know, whether it be from one place to Georgia or just moving from anywhere, it's always hard. So I feel like it's always just good to just have pointers, and I'm going to be one of those people that are giving you those pointers. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Yeah, I just said that, but I will see you guys next time. Bye.